Hi everyone. So in this lecture we are going to see that how can you render all the array data in your React application. So what do I mean by that? So if I create an array and inside that array you have multiple elements, and now what we need to do is we need to render them one by one in our application. So how we are going to do that? Because as you saw that when you are using an array as a prop, right, so array comes directly and it actually forms a string like structure, so it joins everything together, right? Let me show you this. So let's suppose that if I go over here and this is basically my app component, right? So I'll just let it be and let's create a new component and I'll explain it to you. So if I create a new file, let's just create animals.jsx, something like that, right? Just a basic new component. I'll just say React functional component export. So this will create a functional component for me, and then I can actually move forward. So I can just create an array over here. So I'll just say let animals, right? So all of these animals will have some names. So let me give cat, let me give dog, let me give horse, anything like that, right? So we have all of these animals, and now we need all of the data, all of these array elements to render over here, to show over here, right, in our HTML format. So how can we use it? So as you saw that we can directly use array like this. We can just open our curly brackets and we can say just get all of these, just get this array, just get this animals array, right? But now let's see this. So if I go to my app.jsx, so here I'll have to import this particular component. So I'll just say import animals from component animals, and here I'll just remove the hello component. We do not need this right now. So I'll just make use of my animals component. Fair enough. Now let's see. So if you see, you have cat, dog, horse written in very small fonts, and so what I can do is I can just go over here and I can make a h1. I can just have this animals array inside an h1, right? So you will be able to see it in a bigger way, right? And also you must be wondering that why you're seeing a black background over here. So that's because of this index.css file, right? So what I will do is I'll just remove this every design from here so that all the default designing will be lost, right? So now you have you must see that over here we see that cat, dog, horse, right, in just default React design, right? Just plain white screen. All right, great. So over here if you see right now, so we have cat, dog, horse like that. But what is the problem? The problem is they are attached to each and the other, right? So cat, dog, horse, they're all attached. They do not have any space between them. So it's actually very difficult to differentiate between what particular word is ending where, right? So this is the problem if you just try to directly access the array over here like this, right? So to avoid this, what we are going to do is we are going to use a higher order method, right? If you're not familiar with higher order method, I'll strongly recommend you to check out my JavaScript course where we have talked about higher order methods. Alright, so what higher order method we are going to use over here? We are going to use exactly the map method. So over here what you can do is you can just remove this particular value from here, and what we'll do, we'll again write animals. This is needed because we'll be using an array, and from this animals array we'll be mapping each and every value, right? So I'll just say animals.map, and after this map I'll just take each and every animal one by one, right? Each and every animal one by one, and I'll say for each and every animal just create an h1, and okay, I'll have to remove this h1 because we do not need this h1 now. We need the h1 inside, right? So I'll just create an h1, and for this h1 now I'll just have animal one by one. That's it. So this is going to be the syntax. If the syntax seems a little confusing, do not worry about it. I'll just format it. By a little practice you'll be able to get the syntax, right? So what we're doing over here is we're saying that okay, get the animals array, from this animals array map it, take each and every animal one by one and show it in this heading. So one by one each and every element will come and it will get rendered inside this h1 tag, right? So it will be looking like the heading tag. So if you see cat, dog, horse, one by one cat, one by one dog, one by one horse, so cat, dog, horse. Let's see this, if we're able to achieve this or not. Yes. So cat, dog, horse separately in separate heading elements, right? So this is how you can actually map your data from an array and get it rendered on your app, right? But now if you want to use these elements as list elements, you can also do that. So if I want to use these elements in the form of list, so that also we can do. So what we can do over here, we can just remove this h1 and we'll say that I need to create a UL, right? So this is a UL and I'll just have these elements inside a UL. UL means an unordered list. And inside that, I'll just create LIs for each and every animal. So I'll just say LI for each and every animal. So what will happen, an unordered list will be created and one by one, all of these cat, dog, horse will go into this list item and just separate list item for them will be generated. So now how will it look? Yes, it will look like this. So let me zoom it for you. You'll be able to see it better that this is your unordered list. First is cat, second is dog, third is horse. You can also make ordered lists, so they will be numbered. So if I do an OL over here, right? So now you will see 1, 2, 3 like that. So you can get your array elements inside a list. You can get your array elements inside an h1 tag, a p tag, whatever you want, right? And this is how you can use the map method and you can get your values rendered. Thank you.